Hey guys, it's the Keto King here, and today I'm doing something a little different from the usual videos on my channel. I am going to review a wireless lavalier microphone. That's the Comica WS60 wireless lavalier setup. I thought I'd throw this one up on my channel just for those of you who are interested in some of the gear that I use in the filming of my videos. So I was sent this Comica WS60 wireless lavalier mic setup. I'm just going to briefly explain to you how it all works, my impressions of it, and of course we're going to do some audio comparisons between this camera, my current lavalier microphone, and this Comica WS60. So let's get right to it. So this is the transmitter. This is a thing receiving the signal, the audio from the wireless lavalier microphone. So a couple things to note on here, right? So it's got a channel A and B because there are two transmitters, so we can have two people speaking audio into just this one receiver, which is a really nice feature. Then we've also got a mono and a stereo signal here, so we can choose between mono and stereo. And then we've also got a cell phone, a mobile phone, and a camera mode, right? Now this cable that comes with it, that's plugged directly into my camera, it works perfectly, and it works perfectly with my phone, my Samsung S9. No other cables were needed to be purchased for this. But one of the coolest features here is this right here, if you can see it. So obviously when I'm speaking, you can see if it's registering what is being spoken into this lavalier microphone here. So it's going up because it's registering something. So you know whether it's actually receiving any of the audio, which is great. That's what you're looking for. So you don't record a whole clip and it doesn't have any audio. The best feature of this is you can actually increase or decrease volume on this receiver here. Now if you can see, it's a number 2 currently. Now I'm going to change it up here, go to 3, 4, you can see what number it's on there. It's on 3, 4, 5, 6, and it can go up, and of course it gets louder. I'm just going to turn it back down to the number 2 over there, and it's got the numbers there. So you can always know and be at the right setting for you. It's not something you have to figure out every single time you're using your wireless microphone. So I really do love that feature. It's also got, I think it's 12 or 11 different channels over here, so you can find a channel that doesn't have any interference. It also does come with a little shoe mount here, so you can just simply screw this into the back of this receiver, and then that sits on top of your camera here. So we just put it on the camera there and completely out of the way, which is really handy as well. It's also got, particularly for a mobile phone here, what it has is this cool little contraption up at the top here where you can actually set it on your phone. So you put your mobile phone on here, your mobile phone is shooting the video, and then this sits on the back. So again, it's right against your phone, out of the way of course of the shot of the phone, and then you can adjust it up and down here. It gets taller and shorter, so you can fit any size phone. That's a really nice feature as well if using this for a mobile phone is your primary use. Obviously I have the transmitter, which I've used and is sitting on my pocket. Now it has this removable clip that you can use to clip onto your pants. So you can remove that, either put it in your pockets or clip it onto your pants like I'm doing there. And of course it's got the wire going from that transmitter over here. I put it through my shirt and it is sitting just right over there inside of my shirt. Now you can see it's almost invisible, which is pretty nice. I mean, you can't really notice it on my shirt here. Still picking up the audio fantastically. Alright, now this is being filmed with the audio from my Canon SL2 that I'm filming this video with. And one of the most impressive parts about this Comica system is the actual packaging. It comes in this beautiful, nice rectangle package here. And as you see, once it's opened up, you've got your receiver, the main receiver unit here, and then you've got the two units, one of which is going to be on your body if there's one person, or a second one if you're using two people shooting the audio for. Then if you lift this up, it also comes with a few other things. I'm not going to run through everything that it comes through because you can just simply look that up. But a few things to note are it does come with 2 dead cats to put on the microphones over there, so in case you're dealing with some wind issues, you can put that on. It also comes with a nice charger here, so you can actually not charge these units, but power these units by simply plugging it into this micro SD point right here. and then you can switch it on there with no batteries at all. It does have the ability to put in batteries, so if you don't want to use this cord and make it completely wireless, you can use the batteries there. But what we have here is it powered with this micro USB cord, which is fantastic. Don't always have to rely on the batteries. So I really do like this case. It's so nice. I can keep this together with my camera equipment, and it's all in one nice piece, and I can carry it like this with this convenient little handle on. That's definitely a win in my books. This Comica WS60 also does come with a small tripod here, so if you don't have a hot shoe or a shoe on top of your camera to actually mount that receiver, then you can simply pop it on this tripod and put it next to your camera, and Bob's your uncle, it's sorted out. So that's a nice little feature as well, and it just simply screws into the receiver like that. It also does come with a micro USB cable, which you can actually plug into both the receiver or the transmitter to power this, right? So I'm powering this one now as I'm talking with batteries, of course, because I want this to be completely mobile so I can walk around as much as I like. But for the transmitter, I've actually got the transmitter plugged in with the micro USB cord right there. So no batteries are in here, which is really handy. You don't have to rely on batteries if you don't need this to be super mobile, right? Because this one's sitting on my camera. And then finally, they have some really bold claims as to how far this wireless microphone can go. So what I'm going to do is, and we're going to do a test. I'm going to keep on walking away here, and we'll see how this goes. It should still be picking up the audio perfectly. Now I'm pretty far away from this camera, right down on the other side. You can see me over here. The audio should be the exact same quality as it was right close to the microphone. So this should be perfect for almost all of your purposes in terms of distance requirements. And now I have my wired mic on, so we're just trying to compare the quality of this wired lavalier microphone to the Comica WS60. Of course, the wired microphone has the benefit of not having to transmit the audio wirelessly to the receiver, but you do have this monstrosity of cables that you got to try and figure out and sort out, and you can't really move around too much with this wired lavalier microphone. From my point of view, I think the Comica WS60 sounds as good, if not better, than this wired lavalier microphone that I use, which is always a plus because then you still get the benefits of the mobility of the wireless microphone. But you let me know how you think this compares to the Comica WS60. Okay, so here I am talking to my Samsung S9, my mobile phone, of course using this Comica WS60 wireless lavalier setup. Now, of course, I've switched the receiver onto the mobile phone settings. I've also kept it on the stereo settings. They do have a mono setting, which I believe plays a single channel through both ears, the same channel. However, I don't really like the sound on the mono. The stereo is really good, and as you guys can hear, I'm quite impressed with the stereo settings playing through my phone. What I'm going to do for you as well is I'm going to now put in my wired lavalier microphone, my old one, into my phone so you guys can compare the audio between that wired lavalier microphone and this Comica WS60. And for a direct comparison, now I'm using my wired lavalier microphone. That very cheap one doesn't have those audio adjustments, only really has one setting, plug it in and play it, and this is what it sounds like. So I'm just comparing this audio to the previous audio of the Comica WS60. So as a summary for this Comica WS60, I think it's a great setup for a wireless setup for your DSLR, your camera, or your phone as well. It's really got a nice combination of features for both of those products. It works perfectly out the box, pretty easy to figure out and understand how to use it, and I think the audio quality is definitely on par with a wired lavalier microphone, if not better. You guys are the one who's going to decide that. Of course, I'll put a link down to where you can find this Comica WS60 on Amazon in the description box below. So if you want to go and check that out, feel free to go and read up about it. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, feel free to shoot any questions in the comment section below about this Comica WS60. I'd be happy to answer. And if you're watching this on Amazon as a review, then I hope you found this helpful.